You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCBP.
All right, it's another edition of the Windy City Benders podcast, a part of the Hockey Podcast Network, presented by DraftKings. It's me. It's solo. It's Jarom alone. I know that we have been pumping up a Christopher Sieg interview for today. Couple things happen where it is going to make this a little bit difficult for it to happen tonight. And because of the upcoming holiday, we want to make sure that it gets the attention that it deserves once we post it. So we're going to hold off posting that till early next week. So we didn't want to leave you guys empty handed come on Christmas time. So we're doing just a quick little mini episode. Where's Tanner? Well, unfortunately, Tanner is in COVID protocol. So unfortunately, he is just feeling under the weather. And instead of forcing him to do a pointless episode, I figured it'd just be better for me to talk solo, let him rest. Hopefully he will recover. But yeah, so just coming in tomorrow. This is the episode. Christopher Sieg episode will come. I'm shooting for Monday. We'll see, just kind of based on how schedules look, what we're going to do. But anyway, so a couple things have happened since we last recorded. The major one is NHL went on pause. The continued spike in corona positive tests in the NHL has forced the league's hand to take a break, put a pause. So today was Wednesday when I'm recording this. This is the first day of this COVID pause. Is going to go from now until Christmas. They will report by, I think it was like 2 p.m. on Sunday, December 26th, to resume testing and kind of go from there. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what 3 days is going to do, especially when you hear everything about it takes a week for all this to get taken care of and all that kind of stuff. So I personally preparing for this pause to go longer than this upcoming weekend. I think that cases are still going to be coming in. They're still going to be going up. But at that point, you're going to have to figure out if it makes even sense to pause the league or to adapt and continue playing. Because we got to face it. COVID is going to be a part of this world from now on, from here on out. It's not going anywhere. It's always going to be around, and it's a matter of just finding out the right way to control it. You gotta have to kind of think more like the flu and all that kind of stuff. I know it's a very controversial topic, and I'm not here to put my views personally on it, on COVID and all that, but I do think that the NHL is going to have to learn to deal with COVID, expect that people are going to get it, and that they're going to have a backup plan, because they can't go and postpone games like this all the time, because then this season is just going to keep going and going and going. And you got to get back to a normal schedule as soon as possible. And not only that, you're also at risk of hockey revenue being just totally screwed. They were anticipating that the players are going to be able to pay back the debt they owe the owners by the 23-24 season, so the salary cap can go up for the 24-25 season. And if you keep pausing like this, it's not going to happen. You're going to continue to struggle with that. Salary cap's not going to go up. Players are not going to get paid the way they should get paid. So it's just a matter of figuring out how to adapt to the reality that players are going to catch this. Players are going to get sick, and it is always going to be here. Some teams have gone through some different measures. I don't know if it's specifically because of the teams or if it's their region. Like, for example, Chicago, starting January 3rd, you are required to show a proof of vaccine from the ages of 5 and up to go into anywhere, restaurant, bars, entertainment areas, all that kind of stuff. And that includes the United Center in Chicago. So if you're not vaccinated, you will not be able to go watch the Chicago Blackhawks live. I believe it's the same in New Jersey with the Devils, with the Capitals. I know Canadian teams, a lot of them are going 50% only. I believe Calgary's even going as far as no food or beverage at the games while this is mandate still going on. So it's interesting. It sucks because it always felt like we were taking 5 steps forward now, and now we're taking 20 back. Things were kind of starting to feel back to normal and all that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see what goes on with that. But because of that, also the NHL and the NHLPA announced that they are officially not sending players to Beijing for the 2022 Winter Olympics. And it makes sense. I 1000% agree with that situation with that decision. Do I wish we were seeing the NHL, the best players in the game, going over and play each other? Yes, I do. I wish we were having that. But given the situation now and where this league is at because of all the cases happening, you can't risk it. You cannot risk the NHL season for the Olympics. I mean, what they were saying over there is just ridiculous. Up to 5 weeks of quarantining if you test positive over there. 5 weeks in China? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Oh man. So it's a bummer for a lot of guys because you have some guys that were probably, this is going to be the last chance that they can go play in the Olympics. They're getting there. 4 years is a long way. Stamkos is one player that I felt for. He even came out and said that, you grow up wanting to win a Stanley Cup. I did that. Then I wanted to represent my country and win Olympic gold. And he goes, now it looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean, it's truly unfortunate for that kind of thing. Patrick Kane was talking about it too, that it's unfortunate because he was going to be in a leadership role and he was looking forward to being with these younger guys and, really mentoring them and all that. And I still think he could potentially, not potentially, I think he will be a part of the next Olympics in 4 years. But it's not going to be the same Patrick Kane. It's not going to be the same Crosby. It's not going to be the same Ovechkin. Like, it's a different, when the NHL goes back to the Winter Olympics in 2026, it's going to be a different era of hockey. It's going to be different players. It's going to be a different style. It's not going to be the same hockey that we imagined. So yeah, that's going on there. I think that's really, really much the two major things. Hawks played a couple games between the time we last recorded, and I just don't really care about recapping them right now because at this point it doesn't matter. Season's paused. They got 2 points. It was one versus Nashville and Chicago and one versus Dallas. I guess we could talk about the Brett Connolly hit there. Brett Connolly early on hits Tanner Caro. Had no idea that Connolly was there. Just absolutely blew him up. Connolly gets suspended 4 games. And I'm going to say something controversial. Going back and looking at that hit, I don't think it is as bad as initial thoughts were. At first thought, I was like, oh my God, you can't do that. You can't do it regardless. Okay, you can't do it regardless. But when you watch it again, and granted, we get to watch it in slow motion and all that kind of stuff. When Connolly sees Caro, he stops. He doesn't, he goes to a glide. He's still going fast. He goes to a glide. The problem is he made no effort to move left or right to get out of the way or to slow himself down. He just continued going and just destroyed him. I think I was joking around saying that it basically looked like a guy playing NHL on Xbox and your controllers die and your guy just glides right into him and hits the guy. It's really unfortunate and it sucks because a lot of these guys knew Caro. I know Pavelski got really emotional talking about it afterwards. But yeah, 4 games is a little bit excessive in my opinion. I thought it was a lot. It was a lot. Let me think of the words here. It was not as bad as the Trouba hit that got no penalty and no suspension at all on Kara. Apples and oranges. I know different situations, all that, but I thought if Trouba's hit wasn't warned of anything, I didn't think Connolly was. But that's just, I guess, the consistency of the player safety department. It's just get the head off the chicken's head and you put it on a board and it runs around, and wherever it drops, that's the suspension you get. I don't know. But yeah, so that was probably like the major thing that happened with that. Yeah, like I said, there's not really too much to talk about with no hockey. So with it being the holiday season, I do want to do a little bit of holiday talk. All right, hockey fans, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has a no-brain offer that makes you a winner once any shot gets past the goalie. New customers can bet just $1 on any NHL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores. The NHL got rid of ties in 2005, so you know someone is going to light the lamp. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, no worries. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Hockey Contest. DraftKings is giving away new customer free shots at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Throw down $1 on any NHL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a goal. That's promo code THPN this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Must be 21 or older at New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and a $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First off, today, December 23rd, is Festivus. So happy Festivus to all my Festivus celebrating friends, fans, family, followers, listeners, whatever you want to call yourself. Happy Festivus. And because of its Festivus, that means it is time for the airing of grievances. And I have one that I'm just going to stick with. I'm not really going to go all off on this. This is spur of the moment episode, so I really haven't had time to really plan and think about what I have to complain about this year. Besides there is a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to. Let me say to all the Seth Jones haters, I've got a lot of problems with you, and today you're going to hear about it. Again, if you have never seen Seinfeld, you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So if you haven't, go. It is on Netflix, season 9, one of the later episodes. I forgot which episode. Watch it. It's hilarious. But to all my Seth Jones haters, can we just stop already? Seth Jones is good. He's good on a bad Hawks team. He is unbelievable. He is as advertised as back when he was up for a Norris Trophy consideration when he finished 4th place. He's among the top in defensive in the advanced stacks. Don't exactly know what that is, but I know it's good that he's up at the top with it. I am pulling up his stats right now. He is currently third on the side, tied for second on the team in 30 games. He has 3 goals, 20 assists. He is averaging, what was that on here? But whatever. He's good. He's great. He's exactly what this team needed. He's exactly what we wanted when we said, go get Seth Jones. He's as advertised. As we said, he needed to get a fresh start and a new team. Now, I would still say I am not a fan of his contract that will be going into effect next season. I have always said that. I don't like the contracts. I'm okay with what we traded for him. I'm fine with that. I hate the contract, but it's also Stan Bowman contract. So what do you expect? The clown. Anyway, Seth Jones fans or haters, stop. Seth Jones is good. Appreciate what he is doing and what he is capable of doing. He is a top defenseman in this league, and you can fucking quote me on that. All right. All right. Last holiday thing I'm going to do, and I'm just going to wrap this up, and we'll just keep this nice and short, but it's going to be a little hard to do a little top 5 draft here without anybody to go against. So I get pretty much the free pick of everything, but it's always a debate you see this time of year, but we'll go top 5 Christmas movies. And I'm going to start from the bottom, work my way up. And this is tough. The bottom was a lot harder than the top of the list for me. So we're going to start with number 5, Scrooge, Bill Murray. Classic Bill Murray, absolutely fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, it's just a take on, A Christmas Carol and all that. Fantastic movie. If you're a Bill Murray fan, highly recommend it if you've never seen it. Number 4, Christmas Vacation. And I will say this, that in a lead role, it is Chevy Chase's only good movie. I'm not I don't think Chevy Chase is great. Noli, they all remember Noli. Blew my mind with this when he actually hates this movie. So that's where I got a disagreement with him. But then I was thinking about it, and I really don't like him in anything else. I mean, the other vacation movies are okay. Christmas Vacation is hands down one of the best. I think that it's got just the perfect Christmas movie. The other movie, by the way, that I think he's good in is Caddyshack, but he's not a lead in that one. But yeah, so Christmas Vacation. Are you serious, Clark? Great lines. My good friend Joe Palermo does it every day. He puts a quote on Facebook, and it's just fantastic watching, looking at it, reading those every morning. Number 3, Home Alone. And this is fantastic. I absolutely love this movie. So funny, so good. And it's just amazing that. So the funny thing is here, I don't know, a little movie history here. Chris Columbus was actually supposed to direct Christmas Vacation, but Chevy Chase wanted nothing to do with him as a director because he wasn't a proven director and all that. So essentially, Chevy Chase got Chris Columbus fired from Christmas Vacation. John Hughes asked him, "Hey, got this script. I thought you would be good for it. Give it to him." All that. So if Chevy Chase wasn't an asshole, not only would Christmas Vacation probably not be the movie that it is, we also wouldn't have Home Alone. There you go. Movie fact of the day. Number 2, It's a Wonderful Life. And I know a lot of people don't watch this or don't know it. And if you do watch it, you probably watch the colored version. Wrong. You only watch it black and white. I will slap you if you ever tell me that you watch it in color. That is not the way to do it. It is one of the best Christmas movies. And if it wasn't for my number 1, it would be number 1. But everything about it is just absolutely perfect. And it's emotional, and it's great. And it's a great reminder of just to appreciate everything you have and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so number 2 is Christmas is A Wonderful Life. And please watch it. It's especially if you're going through some stuff and we question what you have or why you, all that kind of stuff. Watch it. Trust me, it's good. And number 1 is, I forgot which is the drum button here, so we'll test this out. Fitting. Nope. Well, whatever. Try the sound effects and it failed. But number 1 is A Christmas Story. And if you know me, you knew that this was no surprise. It was going to happen. Christmas Story, you shoot your eye out. I post, like my buddy Joe Palermo does on Christmas Vacation. I do a Christmas Story quote every day on Facebook for 25 days. It is just absolutely the best Christmas movie. It is the most, and it's a huge tradition thing for me as well. Was one thing that every year, because the 24-hour marathon on TBS, by the way, if you watch it before the marathon, it doesn't count. You're doing it wrong again. You only watch it the 24 hours. I don't even know why people own DVDs of it. I don't know why it's on streaming services. You only watch it on the 24-hour. But it's a tradition. It was one of those things that no matter what we were doing on Christmas Eve, it had to be done by 7:00. We would sit there and we would watch the first showing as a family together. And then it would just be on in the background noise for the rest of the day for the next 24 hours. Just the old man is my grandpa to a T. It's just shoot your eye out, Scar Thruckers, Varkas, Pink Nightmare. Oh God. Absolutely love that movie, and I cannot wait to watch it again in about 48 hours. So yeah, so that's my top 5 Christmas movies. Again, it's very hard to do a top 5 list that's not really, stacked because of this. Honorable mention, Elf, obviously. Will Ferrell, great movie. But yeah, so again, sorry, this is just me rambling. I wanted to get an episode out there because we didn't put our normal episode on Monday, and then we were going to do the Versteeg interview tomorrow. But just some things came up, so we are actually recording that tomorrow. So if you were listening to this during the morning, go ahead and tweet us or DM us or email us or fax us or whatever questions that you might have for Versteeg. I think it's going to be a good interview. Some of the stuff that we have on deck with him. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great one. He's always a great talk. I mean, he's the first member of the two guest club. So this will be the second time he's on the show. And it was an absolute blast the first time. So you're not going to want to miss this one. And we will be posting that on social media as soon as it is ready. Go. But yeah, so this is episode 164. Merry Christmas. Happy Festivus. And yeah, make sure to follow us on all social media at WCB Podcast. Like us on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star review there. Subscribe to us or follow us on Spotify. Give us a 5-star review there. You can now rate on Spotify. The more you rate, the more ratings we get, the more it helps, push the show out, gets more eyes on us. It's really appreciated if you just take the time. And Spotify, it's really easy. Just go on our page and you'll see a little star there, or hit the 3 dots in the corner and it'll drop down and rate the show. Just boom, boom, really quick. It's much appreciated. Make sure to follow the Hockey Podcast Network on their social medias at HockeyPodNet. DraftKings promo code THPN. Yeah, again, so we will see you before the New Year's. So with that being said, have a very happy, safe, and Merry Christmas. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.